Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Real Talk on WCOBM. I'm Melissa Wiggins. We are joined in the studio today by Ms. Desiree King. Many of you may be familiar with her from some of our previous broadcasts. We welcome her back today.
Yes,
How are you?
I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to be here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's all about the members today, and we really want to kick this off by showing a video that you haven't seen before. It's the members actually talking about why they're doing this, why they're so committed to helping the children in the program. So we're going to take a look at that first media, and then we're going to come back and talk about it.
How's everyone doing? I want to share a little something about my past that you youngsters probably don't know about. I murdered my father. I murdered my mother, my sister. I murdered my son, my two daughters. I murdered everyone that cared about me. See, when I decided to sell drugs and I got sentenced to 19 years, 7 months, I murdered them emotionally. It wasn't a physical murder, but when you break the law and you're in prison and you're away from your family for 18, 19, 20 years, you kill them. Not physically, but emotionally. And until you go through that, being incarcerated, away from your family, losing loved ones, you will never understand that. It's like death. And let me take you back to the beginning though. How many of you guys know what it's like to run the streets? Come on. Sell drugs, steal car stereos, smoke weed, shoplift, drop out of school. Come on. Am I the only one? Let me get some hands up. Because you ain't here for being good, right? Okay, well that's how it all starts. That's how it started for me. Making bad choices. Eventually I got involved in selling drugs. All right, I don't know if you guys know about this federal system. I started off selling crack cocaine in the 80s and 90s. I became what some people might call a successful drug dealer. There is no successful drug dealers. I don't know any of them that have retired. Okay? Eventually, I moved to Las Vegas in 1986 and I brought my drug business with me. I started becoming even more what some people might call successful. And then Las Vegas was criminal college for me. I learned about chop shops, I learned about stolen goods, I learned about drugs I had never even heard of. It's that easy to get caught up when you're not doing the right thing. In 1995, I received $2 million worth of stolen artwork that belonged to Las Vegas Entertainment Ring. I tried to trade the artwork for 50 kilos of cocaine. That's 110 pounds of cocaine. I got caught in a reverse sting operation. I ended up receiving a sentence of 235 months. Do you know how many years that is? Who wants to figure out how many years that is? 235 months.
Divided by 12.
Somebody want to figure it out? Come on, we got some math quizzes here. Nobody?
Divided by 12.
Okay, what's the answer? How many years? 19 years, 7 months. So I was 26 years old. So for a 26-year-old getting a sentence of 19 years, 7 months, that's a life sentence. How many of you guys can do 19 years, 7 months? Anybody? Nobody here can do 19 years, 7 months? Then don't get involved. You can do it? Can you do it? Exactly. Why would you want to? Nobody wants to do 19 years. How old are you? 16 years old. So I've been in prison more years than you've been alive. That's a life sentence for you. Because you're not guaranteed you're going to come out. Do you know what happens in prison? Does anybody even have a clue what happens in maximum security prisons? Anybody? Somebody give me an idea. What happens in prison? Give me the worst thing that can happen to you in prison. What's that? You could get beat up, that's one thing. What else? Rape. Grown men getting raped in prison. You don't think it's gonna happen? It can happen, and it does happen. I've seen people lose their lives for cutting somebody off in the milk line. Let me give you an example. You're in the milk line. You got somebody that's serving 3 life sentences. You happen to cut him off, disrespecting him. You think he's going to care about taking another life if he has 3 life sentences? You think he's going to really care? What are they going to do? Give him another one? That's the mentality of some of the people that you're going to be locked up with if you're in a high-level facility. How many gang members do we have in here? Okay, how many wannabe gang members do we have in here? Okay, nobody? Nobody's gangbanging? I think we got at least one in here. I don't know if you know about the politics in prison, but there's racial riots. There's a lot of stuff you cannot do in prison. If you got your homeboy is on the street, and if you're Latino and your homeboy is black, you will not be hanging out with him in prison, believe me. Matter of fact, if a riot jumps off, you two might be going at it. Because if you don't and you're involved in politics and you're running with the gang, believe me, you're going to be on that side of the gang. You're going to be doing what they say. Because if you don't do what they say, it might cost you your life. Prison will make a killer out of you, even though you don't want to be a killer. Nobody wants to take another man's life. But I'm going to tell you one thing. If it's between that person and me, believe me, he's going to go before I am. Even though you don't want, these are situations that you're put in, whether you like it or not. A lot of people on the street, they think they're hard, they're doing this. I've seen grown men cry in prison. And you know what? Real men do cry in prison. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. It's a messed up place to be. Especially when your whole life is taken from you. How many of you guys know somebody selling drugs? Come on. Okay. How many of you know about conspiracy? Who could tell me about conspiracy? What's conspiracy? What is it? Speak up a little bit. No, it doesn't have, why does it have to be fake? Why can't it be the truth? Okay, conspiracy, go ahead. You're planning to do something? And yeah, the police come in and stop you before you. It's when a group of people, 1 or 2 people, come together and they plot to commit a crime, and you don't even necessarily have to commit the crime. But if you plan it and plot it, you still get charged with conspiracy. You don't have to get caught with drugs to be charged with a drug crime. I don't know if you realize that. If I'm selling this guy, if you're selling this guy crack cocaine, right? If you're selling him, and next you know he gets caught, right? Okay, and then somebody else bigger is selling to you guys, they're gonna wrap all you guys up, even though that you might be buying maybe an ounce at a time, but the bigger guy is buying kilos, they're gonna put all you guys in one net and charge you guys with a conspiracy of distribution of kilos of cocaine. They don't care if you sold 1 ounce and say you sold this guy an ounce for like 2 years, they're gonna add up all those ounces for that 2 years and they're gonna charge you with that amount. They're not gonna charge you with 1 count. That's how the feds work. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, they got what is this, the conviction rate still 98%? Of course. 98% hasn't changed. Prison is for real. Making bad choices is for real. How many of you guys think that, I think, when I was a kid, I thought that I was invincible. How many of you think you're invincible? How many think you'll never go to prison? You, in the back? You think you'll never go to prison? I hope you don't. I hope you don't. But that's not what the... What's that?
Just not going to do anything to get it.
Right, and that's a great answer. Do not do anything that's going to put yourself in jeopardy to get in trouble. I was a high school dropout. I didn't get my education until I went to prison. I wanted to learn. Okay? I couldn't read, I couldn't write. When I went to prison, I started picking up books, I started learning. Okay? I started taking college classes. I started taking apprenticeship programs. I got a book that is published. It's on Barnes & Noble's, Amazon. It's called The Chauffeur. I won an award, International Latino Book Award. I'm filming a documentary as we speak. Okay? I became a VIP and celebrity chauffeur. I worked with some of the top clients in all the world. I worked with clients from United Arab Emirates. I've driven Mariah Carey, Elton John, Warren Buffett, the list goes on. But this is because I decided to do the right thing, make the right choices, be that stand-up person, obeying the law. That's what, there's two sides of it. When you break the law, there's consequences. Prison is just part of the consequence. You know how many people that I've known who have died for making bad choices, for selling drugs, for being involved in gangs, for trying to do a freaking robbery, cost them their life. Life is very important. I don't know if you guys realize that right now. You know how far you are away from death? You realize that? You're one breath away from death. One breath. When you guys go out there and you decide to sell drugs, just know, if that person you sell drugs to, if that person dies, you know what can happen to you? Anybody? I'm gonna tell you. What can happen?
You could probably anger his family. Maybe they try to serve.
Wait, say it again, speak up.
Or maybe the friends would just charge you with conspiracy.
They can charge you with his death.
Oh, what?
They can charge you with the person's death. When you're out there gangbanging and you pull that trigger, that bullet cannot come back. You cannot bring that person back to life. You will be charged with his death, and you will be thinking about it for the rest of your life on death row. These are things that you got to think about before you do it. It starts off small. Dabbling in drugs, shoplifting, dropping out of school, being disrespectful to your parents. Who's been disrespectful to their parents? Okay, well, I'm glad we got some people who are honest. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. What happens if you disrespect somebody in prison? What? You can get hurt really bad. Because prison is all about respect. So if you can't even respect your own parents at home, I guarantee you're gonna respect a killer in prison if he's your bunkie. Because you'll find out if you disrespect him one way or another. Does anybody have any questions they want to ask? Anybody? No questions? So that means everybody's good, they're not getting in trouble, they're doing good in school, they got their goals set out, they know where they're going in life, they're cool, everybody's good, right?
What did you do different?
What did I do different? My mind, what I did is I put on a whole different mindset than the one that I was used to growing up in. Around the gangs and the drugs and being selfish, and I started thinking about, you know what, life is not just about me, what I can take. Life is about what I can give back. I don't get paid for this. None of us get paid for this. We're here because we want to make a difference in your lives. We're here because we made bad choices, and we don't want you to go through the same bad choices that we made. Especially wasting years of your life in prison away from your family and loved ones, when you don't have to. When you can be getting an education, when you can be involved in sports, when you can do anything you want in this country and be anything you want in this country, but we choose not to because you know why? Because we want to to take the shortcut. The shortcut is not the easy way out. All right? I think that's all my time right now. I'm gonna go ahead and give the mic back, but I'll be here if anybody has any questions.